What's up, people? Just wanted to check in with y'all, give a status update on the show. Pretty much what's been going on with me. I mean, I know I only got 25, 26 subscribers or whatever. But I did have a few people who did consistently watch me, reach out and ask, what's up? Why you ain't been posting? This, that, and the third. So, let's talk about it. So, around 2022, maybe late 2022, I started getting these nudges. I started getting these signals in hindsight, right? And the signals was pretty much coming to me at my job. So I was working a desk job for a manufacturing company. I was in the engineering department. I was comfortable. But I was also getting that feeling, or I already had that feeling, that I did all I could do here, if that makes sense, right? I felt like the company was viewing me as nothing more than where I was. And I was also feeling like there was nothing else in here that I wanted to do. Like, as far as if they gave me a promotion or tried to give me more responsibility, I didn't see another position or role I could play that would spark a new interest in me, or would spark a new desire or ambition to continue on. I was content with what I was doing, the effort I was putting in. I guess just the day-to-day routine, right? And even though I knew I wasn't no longer fulfilled in this position, I was distracting myself. I taught myself things as far as like I wanted to start a business. I was looking for an exit, but I knew that exit wasn't to go sit in another building at another desk under the control and guidelines of another company. So I started a sweater business. I taught myself how to design the sweaters. I taught myself the programs. I had to go learn knitting lingo that I was just not familiar with. I had to learn what a tech pack was and how to create it and design it, and I had to go find a manufacturer. I had to pay for several samples and, you know, stuff, right? And I was feeling that feeling of fulfillment again. But it was getting to a point where I just couldn't fund it by myself. I couldn't fund it on my salary. I didn't have the credit score to, I guess, attract the business funding that I was searching for. I started researching wherever I could as far as like anyone who would give a new business funding, a loan, something, right? And it wasn't that I was discouraged, but I think I negatively talked the funding away from happening, you know? It was, you know, when I would be asked about other designs that people were interested in, it just got to a point where I was just tired of telling them, you know, it's in the works or it's getting made and waiting for the funding or et cetera, right? And I guess I bought on a air of discouragement, but I wasn't discouraged, but looking back now, I feel as though I was bringing on the energy of discouragement. But there was something else nudging me. And it just had nothing to do with none of that. And I was trying to understand, what is this feeling that I have? Because I'm not a person who suffers from anxiety. I'm not fearful of anything. I've always jumped in head first, did whatever I wanted. I guess you could say I didn't follow the rules, or I would bend them as much as I could, because I'm a free spirit. You're trying to restrict me, and I don't like restriction. But it was something else. It was just something nudging me, and I'm ignoring it. Can't explain it, but I'm ignoring it. And then it's almost like it started to creep in when I would be home or when I would be off of work. The things that I was doing or that I would do, I no longer had interest in doing. Whether it was just playing video games or watching TV or just normal shit. Just normal shit. I guess that a person would do when they got off work, you know. And I couldn't explain it. I just kept distracting myself. Kept brushing it off. So then time goes on and I get to around December 2023. And now it's screaming at me. Like internally, in my soul, in my spirit, it was screaming at me. I would get to work, and before I could get to my desk, I'm just sick, like literally just sick to my stomach. Like I'm sitting there and I'm just sick or kind of just paralyzed, and it's just like I started to look around and I just got this feeling like I can no longer be here. Something's telling me not to be here. I was like, hey, I'm having a bad day. Maybe it's a bad week. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep. I don't know, right? And it was like, that feeling was loud at work. But by the time I would get home, it wasn't as loud, but it was still there. Fast forward a little bit into 2024, I want to say maybe September-ish. Now I'm getting woke up out my sleep. 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. on a consistent basis with this feeling. And I could not tell you what it was, but it came every night. then I found myself just sleeping on the couch more. But I'm just being woke up. Like, why can't I get a, like, you know, I would go to sleep like 11, 12. Like, I would try to make sure that I distracted or ran out whatever energy I had in me to get a full night's sleep. But going to work, now I can't eat lunch. Can barely sit at my desk. But there's, you know, nowhere I want to walk to. I don't want to interact. I don't want to be here. And it was just getting so bad. So by the time November of 2024 came, I'm straight up getting voices that you do not belong here. Get up and go. Like, clear as day, right in the left side of my ear. As soon as I get in there, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. There is nothing here for you. I started taking breaks. I had to go outside. I had to smoke a cigarette. I had to do something. Because it's like, I know I ain't bugging. Something's talking to me and telling me to leave this place. Why? It's sweet. And you know, like this particular position, you know, I could work from home. I could take some days off. And I was doing all that, you know, thinking I was just maybe getting burnt out, or maybe just needed a day or two. It was almost like working from home, the voice was louder than it was at the office. So then I made you know, I ain't gonna say I made a decision, but it just got to a point in a day in November, maybe right either a week before or a couple days before Thanksgiving vacation or whatever. I get into work at 7:30 in the morning. I get to my desk and it was loud. It was loud. My hands were shaking. I was about to throw up in the little trash bin. It's time to go. Why are you here? I told you to leave. So I quietly packed up everything that I cared about that I had there, which wasn't much. And I didn't even make 9 a.m. I went to my my boy, my mentor, the person who position I took over for when they pivoted and got, you know, pivoted and progressed into a new role. But he was a kindred spirit, you know. I felt very connected to him for some reason. And I went to him and I said, I'm out. And he was like, where are you going? I said, I'm out. Peace, bro. Hit me up. I know we'll be in contact. He found it hilarious. I don't think he knew how serious I was till I didn't come the fuck back. So, soon as I walked out that door, I felt the biggest weight come off my chest. It was almost like I was about to make a rap called, I was about to be the 30th rapper with my first day out. So, you know, like I just got out of jail. Like I was getting ready to make my first day out song. You know? Like I was shedding the county clothing and all that. Like that's what it felt like. Like sun just beamed right on me, bright as just like did it. And I never looked back. So then I said, I don't think I'm built for a regular 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 7 to 3. I don't think I was built to be sitting somewhere having someone dictate what I'm worth. I wasn't comfortable with someone dictating my movements. Or telling me when I could progress and when I couldn't progress. I was just not comfortable with that. But I don't know if that was the feeling that I always felt like that, but it was just like that wasn't what was telling me to leave. Whatever was telling me to leave, it told me to leave. It right in my left ear. Right like it was behind me, which did not tell you get your ass out of here. So I said, okay, I'm gonna start a content channel. I'm gonna get back in the gym. I'm gonna really dedicate to a transformation. I'm going to pivot my career. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to use this to fund that, and then that will fund other things. Right? First two weeks, it was going amazing. I was feeling great. I was going to the gym, getting that workout, feeling like I'm getting stronger, seeing new ripples. I'm leaving the gym, I'm going to the park, sun gazing, feeling relaxed, going home. Say I'm gonna bust out at least 3 to 5 videos a day. I get to talk about whatever I want. I get to show all this dumb shit I see, all the contradictions, all the what the fuck moments, all the who's allowing this to happen. You know, whether it was politics, sports, hip hop, fashion, whatever, holistic healing. Cause I'm all about the health. For whatever reason, I've always been about the health. But then, come to find out, my gym location, which was probably the only location close for LA Fitness, they were closing their doors and I had no idea. I showed up for a workout and I happened to have some sort of conversation with a guy in there. And he mentioned it like, yeah, I came to get the last day in at this place and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know, it's not striking, you know, like the last, like, where you moving? You know, you going to another gym? You doing something else? He's like, nah, you don't know? They closing this location. This is done. This is the last day. And it was like, my heart dropped. Like, what? I just got in a groove. What are we doing here? Why? It's right next to the mall. Scenery great. What are we doing? Why? So now my feelings are a little uneasy after I left. Looking back like, man, I don't got no gym no more. So I said, you know what? This is the only gym I like. Got basketball court, sauna, pool, you know, all the stuff that most of the other gyms didn't have. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to get another gym membership. I'm just going to go buy some weights and make it happen at home. And that's what I did. So now it was like the routine was a little different, you know. I would get up, go sun gaze, then come back, work out, shower, do the videos. But for some reason, I started getting woke up again. And this time it was 3 a.m. on the dot. 3 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 a.m. And I'm ignoring it. That feeling in my stomach coming back. Or my chest or whatever. It just was something there. I knew what it was. but I didn't know what it was. I knew what it was because it lifted when I left, when it told me to leave my job. So probably about the end of December, going into 2020, January 2025. My energy was being zapped. I would get up, some days the sun just wasn't out, so I couldn't sun gaze. So I would just get right to the workout, and it would just be nothing there, like nothing, like nothing. Couldn't lift past 15 minutes. Like, couldn't understand like what was going on. Like, what is zapping my energy? I've been waking up at 3 a.m. Like, it's not the 3 a.m. What is going on? So now can't work out, but I'm still doing the videos, still knocking out at least 3 a day. But now something in them 3 a.m. wake ups is coming to me. Didn't I say get out of here? This is not where you belong. I was like, now I'm puzzled. Cause I was in a relationship, sorta. I was around people, sort of. But I was not there. Spiritually. Like, in hindsight, looking back, I know now, spiritually, I wasn't there. Mentally and physically, I was there. Spiritually, I wasn't there. So now the videos, I can't do the videos. It's just telling me to go to the park. Go sun gaze. It was almost like whatever was in that house, apartment, was starting to surround me there. Just zapping my energy. Zapping my appetite. Zapping my morale. I'm like, what is going on? So, I would go sun gaze, and it would be some days, I'm feeling great. Like the sun just like gave me something. And it's like cool. I'm ready to go make some videos. I go make some videos, and it'd be like, soon as I get done them videos, the feeling would just take all over. Like, now I'm just paralyzed for the rest of the day. Like it was almost like whatever was punishing me for being hard-headed, because I was already being told not to be there. You don't belong here. Now, it wasn't as deafening and it wasn't as clear as it was by the time the voice was just right there at my job. But now it was like, I'm being shown images of something telling me I don't belong here. Now, I couldn't all the way make out the images at the time, but it was telling me, this is not where you belong. This is not where you want to be. So then I found myself just being told to go to the park, go sun gaze. And now the sun gazing is turning into just straight images. And now I'm seeing things and people doing shit behind my back, or images of these people, and all the energy of them is just bad energy. Just like, why am I being shown these people whom I love, whom in my circle, in such a bad light? Where is this coming from? Mind you, still can't play video games, can't go chill, can't. Everywhere I went and the people I was around, it was just bad energy. Bad energy. So now I look up. Every night, still the same thing. 3 a.m. Told you get out of here. Told you get out of here. Now I've just found myself, it's like end of January, mid-February, whatever. I just find myself completely either just sun gazing. Like, I'm going from the park to the waterfront. Like, it's just like, this is where it's telling me to go, from the park to the waterfront, to the park. Like, I'm spending my day there. Like I'm so in a trance trying to decipher what's being told to me and what's being shown to me, that I look up, the day is gone. Like, the day is gone. I'm eating one meal a day, and that one meal I don't even want. Walk in that house and I felt like I was in a sauna. Like that feeling like when you're in a sauna, like you just surrounded. That was that feeling I had. I was just surrounded. It was like, so by the end of February, I'm I'm being shown I'm being shown I'm surrounded by enemies. I'm surrounded by false, manipulative, misleading characters. I'm surrounded by energy vampires. I'm surrounded by people who do not have my best interests. I'm surrounded by people I've outgrown. Something's not right here. So then when I figure it out, oh shit. Like, just came to me that night, just clear as day, just came to me that night. This one, and this one. Get the fuck away from them. I'm spooked. Now I don't even want to be in that house. I don't want to be around that broad. I don't want to be around none of these so-called boys. I don't want to be around nothing. I've been shown something. Now I have to confirm shit. But it's already been confirmed. These motherfuckers are not for you. Get away. So then I learned that I've been being portrayed and misled by every single person that I was in contact with. And that forced me into an isolation. It was almost like I almost felt like Neo waking up and realizing that I'm not Mr. Anderson. I'm Neo, and all this that been going on around me is just fake. Like all of it, just fake, right? And I can no longer stay in that house. I tried my best to just stay away till time to go to sleep. Wouldn't let me sleep. It was just death. I just couldn't stay there. So I'm at this park. I decided to spend the night there. And I slept the whole night. Comfortable. Whole night. Slept good. Woke up, couldn't believe it. Felt great. Felt amazing. Went back to that house, changed clothes, take a shower. Sauna. Get the fuck out. Ah. Evil, evil, evil. Spirit. Ah. So now I'm at the waterfront. Under the bridge. Being shown all these images. I'm being shown good images now. Like I'm like the bad images are scattering away and the good images are coming in. And I can't explain those images. But I'm being shown them over the skyline of Philly, just clear as day, 4K Ultra HD. I'm thinking I'm bugging. I'm thinking I'm bugging. So the shit it was showing me, shit I never seen, and I was just being told to look up this and look up that, and it's like the stuff that I never seen and never wanted to look, and it was exactly what was in the images. Places I've never been. In cars I've never drove. Around people I don't recognize. So now I'm just completely out of that house. And I've just been free. Like I've just been free. But it was like the 4th or 5th night of me sleeping at the park in my car. There was a thunderstorm. And it was a bad storm. Bad storm. Like you see, I don't have tent, you know. You see all of my shit, you know, fish bowled out. But during that storm, I couldn't see out my car. It's shaking. It's thundering. I'm at a river. So it looked like the river of the park was going to wash away my car. But I'm in there cooking this night for some, like cooking, like I'm being shown movies on my windshield, feeling like I'm having a heart attack. I'm being shown trauma that I went through since birth. Up until present day. But I'm being shown things that I swore I overcame. But what that night showed me that I didn't overcome those traumas. I just kept going till I didn't feel them no more. Or till I didn't remember them no more. Like it was like those things were, I went numb, kept going, and didn't feel or didn't recognize them no more. And in that storm, I had to address all that trauma. Whether it was parental trauma, not being loved trauma, people who passed away trauma, people who deceived, betrayed, backstabbed, all the trauma that I just kept going from and never really processed those emotions. I just tucked them, kept it moving, because I thought that was a lesson I learned when I separated from my child's mother. Not to dwell on what didn't work, regardless of the effort you put into it, right? Because it was over with her, and I knew it was over. She knew it was over, but we were still bullshitting around in the overness. And that was probably more painful than knowing it was over. I would use the analogy of like being on death row, like knowing you're going to die in here by execution or whatever, but they didn't give you a date, and you're just sitting, knowing you dead, but you just dead man walking. You just, you know what I mean? Just that I believe that feeling is more treacherous than the actual execution. And that's what it felt like. And that was the lesson that I thought I learned from that experience. Not to dwell, because it's not going to do you no good. You're just going to waste time. You need to keep going. In that storm, in hindsight, I know now my soul and my spirit were polluted, and I was going through some type of spiritual awakening. I was being sat down and having everything that I was having distract me taken away to finally address my shit. And that means all my shit. Then it felt, well, it didn't feel, but then I started getting, it was like after that night, it was like that was the true start of healing for me. Like that was like I was Neo pulled out of the Matrix, and now they're going to start to repair what I've never used. It's like I said in my last video, it's like meeting an old friend for the first time. And it was like, wow. And it's like I just felt so much clarity, so much inner peace, so much like I'm starting to dissolve all these ties that I had to whoever, because now I've outgrown all that shit. I know that all that bad intentions, bad interests that I blindly wasn't seeing was polluting my soul. And my soul shut down. Somebody, the big guy, whoever, my angels, my guardians, they stepped in and they said, they saved me. This was that it was like the moment of, you know, no return. Like it was either going to go really good or really bad from there. And they stepped in and they put that hand on me and walked me through that storm. And it's like, I'm alone. All this time, I was surrounded by all these people, and I was still alone, and I never knew it. So then in these good images that kept coming to me during this time, while I feel like I'm grieving and shedding an old me, or an old life that I was trying to hang on to, and old people that no longer served me any purpose. in these places and these things I was being shown, I'm now partying with deceased family members. Deceased people who had an impact on my life. And they're dancing with me. They're dancing to ASAP Ferg and Future. I'm on a new level. And it's like, it just got to a point where I had to start reaching out to some people because I had to talk to somebody about this. Like, I had to like, is this telling me I'm about to go to the upper room? Like, what's going, like, or is this my angels under the leadership and guidance of the big guy that told them to come save me? That showed me that I was surrounded by backstabbers, snakes, and false characters. What do they say about your nose itching nights? Nose is itching. So that's why it has not been no show, because I've been going through some type of awakening, and I'm trying to navigate this just new feeling over me, this urge not to be or show or represent anything that I was before. I have this new relationship with the source. Some like to call it God. Some like to refer to it as Jesus. I feel it was God. Or a divine source. And it was my divine time to go through this experience. It almost was like it was telling me that I've been running from myself. It's time for you to get on your purpose. You can no longer run from this. No, none of that old world can go with you, because they ain't supposed to go with you. They was never for you in the first place. And all that was hard to swallow, you know what I'm saying? So all that was, I had to sit there and process 43 years of trauma by myself. Make it through that storm. Now, I've reached out to people that haven't been around me, that wasn't shown or felt to have that bad energy, bad intentions, bad interests. Just neutral parties or loved ones that were not around. Trying to explain something without someone trying to create a narrative about me. Because it's like once I went through that, it almost like it shed that ego, it shed that image, it shed that fear of giving a fuck about what anybody else think, got to say, it was like, this path you walk alone. It don't matter what anybody else has got going on or what anybody else got to say about you or toward you or any of that. And it's like as of lately, I've been wanting to do my show. But I have to find my environment first. Like I'm not sure where he's telling me where my environment is yet to fully blossom into this new awakened me. And I don't even like to use those terms because they just ran them into the ground. You woke, oh, you this, oh, you know. No. Because if you really went through it, you wouldn't even be playing with them words. Like I've learned to respect words so much more. All I speak is life now. It was like that night I surrendered to God, like completely. Like and I don't mean on no religious. Like it didn't tell me to go to church. It didn't tell me none of that. But he let me know he is within me, and I had to surrender. Like almost like he gave me everything I wanted, or that I thought I wanted, or that I thought I wanted to be doing around people that I thought I wanted to be around. I had to surrender. I had to surrender. And it was like, once I came to the realization of all of what I've been through and me shedding my own false character and image and whatever, I had to make the last video. I'm fucking crying on camera. It took everything in me to post that. But I knew I had to post it because I'm different. I'm not that old person worried about an ego, worried about whatever. Like I ain't human. Like I don't trip and fall. Or like somebody can't see me trip and fall and me not care that they seen me trip and fall. Only thing I care is that I get back up. Not because I want them to see me get back up. Because I got to get back up. Period. I don't care if they see me get back up or not. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like I was getting this other analogy, you know, that I was the biggest, baddest, prettiest, strongest caterpillar I could be, but I still had to go climb my ass in that cocoon to be the butterfly he intended me to be. While I'm thinking this whole time that that caterpillar that I was the end result, and it wasn't. It was the midway point, the time to transform and transition and elevate and get on my purpose with the people who align with my new spirit, my new flushed out, clean, shined up, and waxed spirit in the name of God. Because I am God, made in his image. I am blessed to be a blessing to others. Something I do or something I provide for other good souls out there is my mission. And I don't necessarily understand what all that means or why he was telling me that or why that was the way. But that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. And it's now like I'm in this cocoon. Maybe he's still putting the finishing touches on me before I bust out and see what's next. See where I'm going or where he is guiding me to go. Where my prosperity is. Where my tribe is. Where my spiritual brothers and sisters and family is. Because trust me, you can ask anybody who know me or knew that old me. Have I ever talked about God? Have I ever talked about my spirit? Have I ever paid any attention to any of that? I've always been a truth seeker. I've always been conscious. I've always been intuitive. But I think my complacency with that polluted soul distracted me from my real purpose. And I had to go through what I'm going through now to get where he wants me to go. So right now, that's like As much as I want to talk about the frivolousness shit of the world that I see and give my opinion and break shit down of how the world is playing in our face, that's not the priority he has for me right now. And I am completely fine with that. Tell it is what he wants me to do again. It's like I'm no longer afraid to be my absolute authentic self because I am not afraid to be alone. I am an only child. I think that was part of the issue. Once I got the freedom to want to be around other people, I wasn't noticing, recognizing, or identifying people that never had my best interests, never had good intentions, or was masking their bad intentions in the form of fake love, fake support, fake whatever, right? And I am happy about that. I am so happy. I am excited. I was at first when all this was going on, I was so scared. I was tripping. I was tripping, think like something talking to me, and who the fuck can I tell this to? Like and then was once all that was being told to me was confirmed, and all that was being shown to me on the other side was just coming through as well. Like, I don't want to say validation because I didn't need this physical world to validate what I felt God already told me to do. But I was seeing it. He was showing it to me. He was still instilling more faith in me because I'd never had that kind of faith before. And it's like I got up out that crib with the last bit of my stuff, however, what, 2.5 weeks ago or whatever now, with $40 to my name and faith in him and his new found perspective or newfound awareness. And he has been holding me down ever since. He has been placing genuine people in my path that been around but wasn't around. I've been walking in faith. And now I feel like I'm getting close to my baking time being up. I'm feeling the readiness. I fully feel the fearlessness, the limitless, like I'm just limitless, just doubtless, just confident. Like nothing can stop, but whatever he want me to do, nothing can stop me from doing it. There is no obstacles. There is no mental blocks. It's just me and him and faith. And when he's ready for me to bust a move, I'm sure the move will be crystal clear. It's like right now, I don't know. You know, is my faith still being tested? He's making sure that that old me is completely dead and completely shed and completely buried. I know so. I know so. I know so. I know so. I think I knew long ago. I just couldn't put a finger on knowing, like, or acting, or making that official. So I could take some more tests if that's what he needs to know. That whoever that was before is gone. He is gone. And it's like I'm still the Kango kid, the God, and so but it probably won't be around here. It probably won't be under the same polluted spiritual energy that it was before. I just think it'll be great. Like I just think it's going to be next level. It's in his name. How could it not be, right? You only got to talk to me but once. And I don't need to convince nobody that I've been talked to. So it's like, I know something didn't went on. I know. I know. I know. All that trauma, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. So yeah, I'll be checking back in, letting you guys know when the show will be back up and running on a consistent basis. Right now, I'm mid transformation, mid transition, mid rebirth, mid realignment. So it's your boy Hoon Boon. Hold up. My spirit is cleansed. And it is a great feeling. And I hope this helps somebody. You are never alone. He is always with you. It's your boy Hoon Boon. Deuces. Peace out.